Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another video. I have a bit of 20s and I think a 100 hiding in here somewhere. I literally just grabbed a stack of bills out of the ATM so we can go through them, see if we find anything worth more than face value. So this is probably the easiest way to search bills, obviously. You can go to the bank too, but I just swing through the ATM. But the ATMs down the street from my house also give out 5s and 10s, which is pretty sweet. Not all of them in town do, but the one down the road does. But I got some 20s this time around. I tried to get 10s, but I guess it was out of 10s. But I'll try to pick some of those up later today and do those in another bill search. But let's get to it. So, a little bit of a counter stamp going on. Not enough of a remnants to tell what bank it's from. This is a Series 2013 $20 note. It's really beat up. Damaged, as you can see, ripped. And then some ink that definitely doesn't come in or on the bill during production. Nothing the serial number, back of the note, same discoloration down here, highlighter or something. Some banks are really weird, and businesses, they'll like take Sharpies and just mark the whole edge of the stack that they get to indicate they received it. It's one way of doing it. I mean, I own a business. I don't do it that way, but whatever. Nothing on that first note. I like to look around the changing ink, like the color changing ink they utilized in the redesign of the $20 notes in the early 2000s. Sometimes you'll get some issues with the print. It's a lot more limited when you come across that, but it is something to keep an eye out for. I get asked a question, or the same question a lot. You'll see a little bit of like green ink that kind of strays over from these trees when they're printed. Unless it's really prevalent in obscuring the little 20s, which are anti-counterfeit measures, then I wouldn't say it's an error note. But I just wanted to address that question because I try to answer, as many questions as I can from everyone. I'm going to really try to get in the comments more. I get a ton of comments. I try to respond as much as I can, but I also am trying to put out content a lot. So sorry if I don't get to your comments or if it's like months after you put the comment. But on my channel, the comments, I like to have them more utilized between you folks that know stuff about it to be more like a community style thing. And then, of course, you can go to my website, varietyerrors.com, and in the comments sections of various articles or price guides, you guys can talk about whatever. Stop yapping your face off about other stuff. Really nice looking $20 note. Really clean serial numbers on it. This one's the best condition so far. 2017. It's nice and it's actually totally like almost uncirculated feel to it. It's been folded though, so it's been circulated, but still pretty cool. I love the depiction of the White House in the back. The White House is a really kind of neat architectural structure, aside from U.S. history and all that stuff. It's just kind of a neat build. They're like doing a lot of reconstruction around Washington. We just took a trip there if you saw my videos from the U.S. Mint coin store, so it's interesting what they're doing. Pretty close to a broken ladder here. We're a couple digits off, but keep an eye for ladder notes, serial numbers that have ladders 1 through 7, or 0 through 7 rather, 1 through 8, stuff like that. Nothing on the front of the note. A little bit folded up and beat up. This is interesting. I think we might have ourselves a little ink issue here. Look how heavy printed that 20 is. And then that stray ink going on. It doesn't bleed through. You can see it has no bleed through on the other side of the note. Oops, sorry. Bottom half of the note there. It'd be bled through on that 20. Interesting. It's minor. It's not obscuring much. I wouldn't say it's a crazy error, but it is an ink error, what it appears to be. So I'm going to set that aside for now. Thought I had something in the serial number there, but nothing jumping out. Nice clean $20 note as well. See, in same position here, we don't see any of that ink issue. It's a little bit, but now that I'm looking at it, it actually looks like a bleed through of the border from the front of the note. So I think, or it's a wet ink transfer maybe. Well, let me know in the comments what you think it might be. I'll take a closer look after I do the video, and I'll let you know in the description box if I find anything really cool. Nothing there. $100 note, which is nice. I don't have those too often. The redesign on the $100 note is also really clean looking. I like to do the same thing as 20s and really other denominations that utilize that change in ink there. I like to just take a closer look around the ink vial with the bell on it as well as the quill, and then around this $100 marking here, 100 for the denomination of the note. Really nice Independence Hall depiction on the back of the $100 note. This one's really clean. Hundreds you don't see too beat up, or well, as beat up as other notes. Marked on $20 note. Somebody was counting. 2013, nothing really crazy. Let me set it down so I stop like shaking the bill around. Nothing jumping out on the front. Little repetition of 4s there, but nothing to call home about. Nothing on the back. Getting down there. A few more. I think they're all 20s going forward. So this is a good video for just kind of focusing on one denomination, you know, other than that one $100 note. Nothing in the serial number. Nice fold. So if it was an error note or collectible, keep in mind that condition is, of course, like trading cards, comic books, anything else. You know, it is 9/10 of the law. I know I collect vinyls and stuff too. I have some really cool vinyls for the art. I wish they were like super playable. I have a Led Zeppelin 4 or a few copies of that, which is a very interesting art album for the art that's inside the album on it, as well as, of course, it's Led Zeppelin. But man, one of them has a huge gouge in it. It's not even playable, and it's one of the earlier pressings of it, so it's a huge bummer. It'd be worth so much more if it was playable. 2017A, really clean. Nothing jumping out. Good repetition of 2s in the beginning. I wish we had bookends on the serial number to make it a fancy serial number, but oh well. And nothing on the back there. 2009, so the earliest 20. This one has the same dealio there. Maybe it's from the same stack, but the other one was blue. But as you can see, I mean, that can be a common thing. Maybe something spilled next to it, but I think that's unlikely. It most likely was a stack of 20s at a bank, most likely a business more so, where they just marked them all funky like that to go, oh, we got these 20s. There's an edge of a bank stamp there. You can see it running down Jackson's face. Sometimes you'll get a really solid piece of it or a whole stamp. Some banks, some businesses use small little circular stamps like you can get in kids' art kits and stuff. So it'll be like a little owl or a little crescent moon or whatever they want to use to indicate that we've received this, it's been counted, and it's in our inventory. Nothing there. Last note in the search, last but not least. Nothing crazy, really printed appropriately. Keep an eye on your seals. Usually you'll see a shift in the seals coincide with a shift in the serial numbers. This one's got a little over ink on this 8, but it's not like crazy. As you can see, let me get my camera to focus. There we go. So that second 8 there from the left, it's the 4th digit over. Didn't really get printed appropriately, but it's not bad. So a little bit of that black ink. Everybody likes to mark on every bill possible. And nothing jumping out on the back. Let's take a closer look at the anti-counterfeiting little 20s. It's actually a constellation, is what it makes right here, called Urian. Nothing there, so a small find of the video is going to be our $20 note 2017 series. Nothing too crazy on it, other than what looks to be excessive ink or a wet ink transfer, but I wouldn't call it more valuable than 20 bucks. But it is cool. It's a neat note, and I guess it's an ode to something to keep an eye out for that could be more prevalent as far as an error, which would be like a major over ink that obscured some other portion of the note. But I will keep it for now as a small find for this search. You can't find any, great stuff in every search. More importantly, let me know what you've come across in your coin and bill searches lately in the comments below, and keep an eye out for more pack openings, more collectibles videos, and of course, more coin and bill search videos. I will see you guys later. Have an awesome day.